Hi, my name is Shon Boda. I'm the press attaché at the US Embassy in Kazakhstan, and I'm very excited to give an interview to Жансұлу very soon.
Достар, мен бүгін Америка Құрама Штататтарының елшілігіне қонаққа келдім. Менімен сұхбаттасуға Шон Бода ниетін білдірді. Сәлеметсіз бе, Шон?
Hi, it is wonderful to meet you.
Шон, сіз ақш мемлекеттің өкілі болғаннан кейін сізбен сұхбаттасқаным маған үлкен мәртебе. Өзімді дипломат ретінде сезініп отырмын. Менің сізге дайындаған сұрақтарым бар, бастайық.
Very, very excited to answer your questions.
Қазақстандағы елшілік туралы айтып беріңізші. Неше адам жұмыс істейді? Қандай қиындықтар бар? Қандай қызық жобалар бар?
Absolutely. So, my name is Shon Boda, as you said. I'm the press attaché here at the US Embassy. And we have a big group of colleagues that I work with. We have a number of offices that include our public affairs section, our security section, our ambassador and his deputy, as well as colleagues that work on military issues and on economic and political issues. So we have a pretty big team here, but it's worth saying that the vast majority of the people that work in the US Embassy are local staff from Kazakhstan. And without them, we wouldn't be able to do anything that we would like to do to improve and enhance the relationship that the United States has with Kazakhstan. So I just wanted to make sure that your audience knows that about 4/5 of the people that work at the embassy are from Kazakhstan.
Шон, өзіңіз туралы айта кетіңізші. Қай жақтансыз, балалық шағыңыз туралы?
So I am from the city of Columbus, which is the capital of the state of Ohio in the United States. And I have an older brother and a younger sister. And I grew up in Columbus and I went to school there. And after going through school, I went to university, and then I decided to become a teacher. And I was a teacher for several years in Arizona. And then I moved and worked for a few years in New York City. After that, I joined the Foreign Service and have been able to serve in several different countries, including Kazakhstan.
Қазақстаннан басқа қай елде жұмыс жасадыңыз? Қазақстан несімен ерекше, артықшылығы басқа, әлде кемшілігі бар ма?
Great question. So before Kazakhstan, I've served in Washington, D.C., as well as in Bangladesh and in Bolivia. And these countries are very, very different from each other, but they have a lot of similarities as well. Some of the same challenges and some of the same wonderful type of people that I got to work with. But I would say, for the most part, what has been similar has been the incredible landscapes and the nature that I saw comparing Bolivia and Kazakhstan, for instance. Both pretty big countries, but with a lot of variety, from mountains to the steppe to the sea. In both Bolivia and Kazakhstan are landlocked as well, but have large bodies of water within their borders. But here in Kazakhstan, I think the best thing so far that for me has been meeting different people and getting to meet people from Kazakhstan.
ақш елшілігі біздің мемлекеттегі әлеуметтік жобаларға белсенді қатысуда. Сыры неде? Неге өзге мемлекетке басқа мемлекетте игі істер атқарады?
That's a great question. I think traditionally people think of diplomacy as being just a relationship between one government and the other government. But that's never really been 100% true. And more, diplomacy is about the people-to-people relationships. And so the way to build a strong relationship between two countries is to build a strong relationship between its peoples. And so the way that we help to build a strong relationship with Kazakhstan are through some of the projects that we do here. And I'll just name a few because we do have so many. I think some of our biggest programs include our International Visitor Leadership Program, where Kazakhstanis have the opportunity to travel for several weeks in the United States on different programs related to whether it's police officers or journalists or people that work in the parliament. They have the opportunity to go and meet with equivalents in the United States to exchange ideas and to learn more about each other. And that's just one of the many programs. I think here in Kazakhstan, we have a large emphasis on English learning. And we do that through many different programs, but one of them is through what we call the Access Program, which gives opportunities to young Kazakhstanis, usually about 12 to 14 years old, to have 2 years of intense English training.
Қазақта айтады, ел болам десең бесігіңді түзе дейді. Сіздерде Америкада қандай мақал бар, соның мағынасын түсіндіріп беріңізші?
Yes, there are definitely similar sayings, and one that immediately comes to mind that we often say when talking about raising children is that it takes a village. Now, what that traditionally means is that people would not just be raising their children by themselves, but their parents, their brothers and sisters, their neighbors, people from all around, people that live on the same street, people that attend the same school, they're all helping to make sure that that child gets the love, the care, and attention that they need. So I think it's a somewhat similar saying because oftentimes we think that we can do things by ourselves, but it really takes everyone to help out in order to not only raise a child, but to do anything else.
Шон мырза, Қазақстандағы 10 жасар бала мен ақштағы 10 жасар баланың айырмашылығы қандай?
Well, I'll tell you, I have 2 kids, and my oldest daughter is only 6-year-old. So I can't speak yet from personal experience, but I will say that I think you're always going to have similarities and differences. I think more and more a 10-year-old in Kazakhstan, the United States, Bolivia, Bangladesh, or wherever, there are more and more similarities as the world becomes more integrated. But one thing that I do see, that despite the cultural differences, the similarities that are there are being interested in life, in traveling, having a thirst for knowledge. And I think another similarity is the love of school and the love of learning.
Сіз осы ақш елшілігіне осындай киіз үйді құрыпсыздар. Ол кімнің идеясы, тарихын айтып беріңізші?
So, this was here when I arrived here in September, but for us, it's a great way, a great space for us to do interviews, to bring guests, and I think, and Tokshan can correct me if I'm wrong, but the symbolism of being able to welcome guests and have the symbolism of a yurt being here is very significant, since the nomadic culture and the culture of Kazakhstan is known around the world as being a very welcoming culture.
Шон мырза, Инстаграмда сіздің Анперелин мен бірге бауырсақ пісіруді үйрендіңіз. Ұнады ма сізге? Тағы қандай қазақ тағамдарын жасай білесіз?
Well, I do like cooking. My wife is also an excellent cook. That video that you reference where my colleague and I were making balsaki was a lot of fun to learn, and I would love to do that again, and I really, really like balsaki. I think one of my best memories in Kazakhstan was traveling on a train from Karaganda with a big group of friends, and someone brought homemade bishparmak on the train, and we ate it all together and sang songs. So I do really, really like food in Kazakhstan.
Шон мырза, мен қоғамдық жұмыспен айналысамын, экология, қоршағанды қорғау бойынша қызығамын. Және айналысамын. Менің Инста, Фейсбук, Ютуб арналарында таныса аласыз. Ал сіз қызығып қорғауға атсалысасыз ба?
Yes, absolutely. I think that this is one of the most important issues that we face. And so I'm so excited and happy that you are putting your efforts into this issue. I think the US government is also doing quite a bit with not just programs, but experts. Next month, we have from our Fish and Wildlife organization in the United States, someone coming who's worked in Kazakhstan the last 20 years to help preserve and learn more about the steppe eagle. And so this person, maybe we can arrange an interview so that you can interview this person. That would be really, really neat. But yes, I'm personally very interested, but I think the most important thing is that young people are interested in this issue, because if you're interested and if you are pushing for changes to be made, then that gives me hope.
Жақында Ақтау қаласында сіздің елшіліктің ұйымдастырған мобильді журналистика атты тренинг өтті. Мен де оған қатыстым. Өте тамаша, әрі пайдалы болды. Өтініш осындай тренинг және басқа әлеуметтік жобаларды біздің қалада ұйымдастырыңызшы. Бізге қызық, айтпай сіз Алматы Астанада өткізе бересіздер. Бұл өтініш. Көмектесуге мен дайынмын.
Absolutely. We'd love to have you participate in future programs. I'm really glad that you thought that the recent training was useful. I know that we are planning to do future events and programs, not just in Nur-Sultan and Almaty, where our embassy and our consulate are located, but we really do try to do things outside of the two major cities. So I hear you, and I know, for instance, in later next month, while it's not a training, we do have a military band from the United States that will be performing in Ақтау.
Менімен қатарлас, яғни Z поколения қандай, Z ұрпаққа қандай тілегіңіз бар?
You know more than I about the name of the ongoing generations, but I would guess that my daughter and my son are part of that generation as well. So I am hopeful for the future. I am especially hopeful when I meet people like you who care, who are involved, and who represent, I think, the best of the next generation. I think that each generation has its challenges that it will face, but I'm pretty sure that your generation will face some of the most significant challenges. But I'm hopeful because I think that you'll be prepared to face them.
Шон мырза, мен қорқуға келген жоқпын. Адай тайпасы, біздің ауылымыздың Көкбол атамыздың Адай тайпасы деген кітап бар, соны сыйға тартқым келеді.
Рахмет. Wow. Рахмет. Thank you. And I would like to present to you a gift because you are interested in ecology, in the environment, and I think that this book has a lot of beautiful photos of some of the national parks in the United States.
Thank you. Шон мырза, сізге алғысым шексіз. Сұхбат беруіңізге уақыт тапқаныңызға рахмет.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.